Welcome to JMC Live. This is going to be a fast-paced show tonight because there's just so much that is going on that I have to try and cover in such a short period of time. We're going to go right into this here. And all these articles will be found through our, if I can get my stuff to work here. I've been having problems with it since I pulled it up. I thought at one point I might not even be able to do the show tonight, depending on how things kept going. But we're going to use stuff through what we posted throughout the week. And we didn't write any responses to it because we did plan on most of it being covered during tonight's show. First thing we're going to cover is about the, there was a woman that we wrote about.
We talked about.
When we talked about, probably not too long ago, was it Judah Myers? She was conceived in a gang rape, and what happened is she wants to stand up for people that are being raped, molested, and she's actually pro-life too at the same point. So there's this two-edged sword that's going on. And she's wanting to fight against abortion. She's going to be speaking to the United Nations coming up. When is that date? March
7th through the 12th.
March 7th through the 12th. She just did that. And so, it's continually going on today. I don't know exactly which day she's speaking, or if she's speaking every day. But her story is a story of redemption. Her story is forgiveness and acceptance, because there's just too many people out there that, you know, incest, rape, you know, they get pregnant, the automatic thing they want to do is to go ahead and get rid of the child, and it's not a pretty thing. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I guess I didn't sneeze.
That was a sneeze.
I don't know, I guess I didn't sneeze.
Okay.
But,
You just whoo!
I just hooed. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. But anyway, folks, let me get my focus back. You know, the UN's focusing to try and advance and empower women to move them forward, not only in society as, you know, workers, but also dealing with abortion and things like that. She's wanting to go and speak on behalf of women across the world and say abortion is wrong, even, you know, if conceived via a gang rape. So that's one of the things. I'm going to move on to another thing we have, because I got to get more information on her shortly. If you wanted to see our old show, I think it was 1013.
Yeah, it's
1013 2009 part 1.
Well,
so if you're interested,
I think it's the whole show. We talked about it practically.
Well, if they're interested, they can look at 101309 to see what's going on. Let's jump right into another article that we have that's going on, and I'm real interested to hear what people have to say about this one for sure. Congressional candidate proposes a legislation to outlaw Obama's Czars. As you know, most presidents, not all, have some form of secretary, administrative assistant.
I call him a posse, or whatever.
And the thing that they're doing, this is Paul Schiffer, Republican candidate for Congress here in Ohio, and he wants to remove the czars that Obama has placed into play. And he believes that the czars are un-American. He believes that it takes, you know, the branches of government. We have 3 branches of government, and he believes that by trying to implement a czar, you have your 3 branches of government, and this czar just overpowers all of them, and it's just a direct line to the president up here, and they have no communication with Congress and what's going on. So I can understand the whole gist of the thing of saying, I can't deal with this. Well, we can't actually do that. You know, he said it started out on the inside beltway as a joke, and you know, but the idea of having more and more czars, it's like there's no accountability for a czar. What are the requirements to become a czar? I mean, what do you have to have? I mean, there's just so many variables. It's just crazy. We're going to scroll down here a little more and cover more on it. Actually, that's too far. He also says, my legislation allows presidents to have as many advisors as they want and call them anything they want. However, the White House advisors, like czars, will have no authority over any part of the U.S. government. My legislation will prohibit any White House advisor from exercising authority over any federal, state government official, employee, office, or department. It would protect every government official and employee from not obeying any White House advisor other than the president himself. The president, of course, is the chief executive of the executive branch, and the president may always act under his own authority in his own name. Obviously, my legislation creates exceptions for any special chain of command established by statute that may be agreed to between Congress and the president, such as national security matters. So we're still in the issue with czars and what's going on with them and the direction that we're trying to get where we need to be. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff happening. I know everyone's thinking about the elections for 2010 and, you know, who's wanting to run for the next presidency. People are already talking about this early on, and the thing is for us is we have to sit back and watch and wait and see what's going to happen next with the directions of who's going to step up to the plate. Is there going to be anyone else, you know, bold enough to say we need to get rid of the czars?
Well, he just assigned a new czar like yesterday or today. You know, it was what had to do with science.
The whole thing is that with the calamity we have with our economy and jobs and people and everything, when there is a catastrophe, you know, natural or economic, it tends to put people in a position where they want more advice. And there's a lot of people out there that know what they're talking about. But the problem is, you take an analyst, someone who's on top of their field, and put them in a position above everyone else. That's where the problem is. They need to still go through the same lines of communication, the same chain of command. We're next going to talk about, actually we'll probably, I have time. Husband and wife were sentenced for 25 years in prison for not washing their hands before touching the Qu'ran. This is in Pakistan. A Christian man was sentenced to life in prison after a neighbor, they had a business disagreement and accused him of desecrating the Qu'ran. The rules of the Qu'ran is that you must be holy, you must present yourself, blameless, you must be clean. And supposedly this man grabbed the Qu'ran without washing his hands. And according to Section 295B of Pakistan's legal code, which bans blasphemy against Islam, he was convicted under this, and it was imposed on the Imran Marish 22 of Faizabad. It was convicted under this. It was based only on what this rival or this other person said. So it's just what somebody said, which is even more interesting. That he tore pages out of the Quran, that he was burning them, and he was burning the old merchandise records and all sorts of stuff. It's crazy. Being a Christian, if you grabbed a Bible, we wouldn't care. We're going to take a break, and we'll return.